Okay, in her literature class, teacher Kate uses simple words or less complex sentence structure to make the original text easy to understand. After the discussion, she asked her students to rewrite the information found within the literature in much simpler form. What approach to teaching literature does she practice? So, a while ago, no, I asked you about the different models. Now, I'm asking you about the approach to teaching literature. Which one is correct? Is it A, information-based approach? Is it B, personal response approach? Is it letter C, moral philosophical approach? Or D, paraphrastic approach? Which one is the correct answer? Team Holiday, ang ating LPT March 2024. I see a lot of letter B's and D's. Yung mga gising pa, sumagot.
In our literature class, teacher's Kate uses paraphrase.
Okay. So again, we have the following choices. A, information-based approach. B, personal response approach. C, moral philosophical approach. And D, paraphrastic approach. A is my answer po according to Ma'am Jackie. A or pwede din si D kasi rewrite not sure po, sabi ni Ben Per. So that's great, Sir Ben Per, kasi nagrarasyo ka. So that's great, ano? So remember, it is very normal to see two choices that you think both of them are correct answer. So kapag ganun yung choice mo, you try to have your own rationalization. So you try to make a ratio. Magrarasyo ka. So nakita mo dalawa yung pinagpipilian mo. So you question the choice. Bakit ikaw yung tamang sagot? I-link mo ngayon yung choice na napili mo doon sa tanong. Bakit ikaw yung tamang sagot? And then do the ratio. So when you do that, of course, no, that can help you lead to the correct answer. So here, no, in her literature class, Teacher Kate uses simple words or less complex sentence structure to make the original text easy to understand. After the discussion, she asked her students to rewrite the information found within the literature in much simpler form. What approach to teaching literature does she practice? A, information-based approach. B, more personal response approach. C, moral philosophical approach, or the paraphrastic approach? Rewrite the information po kasi di po talaga I got it. Okay, so congratulations sa lahat ng nakakuha ng tamang sagot. That is what? Yan. So, ang galing ano? So, tama. Sabi kasi ni Ma'am Jackie sa comment na basa ko dito sa Zoom, rewrite the information kasi po di po talaga I got it. So that is good, ano, kasi you are able to find a clue here. So again, ano, paraphrastic. So remember the word paraphrase. Parang you are just paraphrasing. You are going, you as a teacher, no, you are going to discuss it using a simple words in order for you to explain it easily to your learners. So you try to paraphrase it, and then you will not use the original words from the author. Instead, you are going to use a less complex sentence structure. And then after that, no, meron pa siyang isang ipinagawa. Pinagawa niya yung estudyante niya to rewrite the information found the literature in much simpler form. Kapag pa tayo ay gumawa, no, so syempre, di ba, we usually paraphrase it, and if it is a paraphrase material, so of course, now we expect that you can see some simple words, or you can see a simplified version of the original text. So here, the correct answer is paraphrastic approach. So let us know more about the different approaches to teaching literature. So here, now the paraphrastic or the paraphrastic approach is primarily paraphrasing and rewarding. So wala na tayong pag-uusapan pa, nakita na natin yung paraphrasing and rewarding. So pag nakita nyo si paraphrastic, ang tatandaan nyo, paraphrase, rewrite, rewarding, or retelling po pwede. So we have letter D, or the paraphrastic approach. How about the other? Yan. So we have this one. So here, we have the information-based approach, and it gives knowledge and information to students. it is teacher-centered and demands a lot of teachers' input in giving students various contents of literary text like on historical, political, cultural, and social background. So here, no, kaya nga information-based ito. So you are providing knowledge. You are providing information about a certain text or a certain literature to your students. And this is sometimes, or it is mostly teacher-centered because it demands a lot of inputs. So ikaw na teacher na nag-explain, nagdi-discuss ng literature, no? Kung ano-ano yung binibigay mong input sa inyong mga estudyante about sa literature na yon. Whether it is historical, whether it is political, cultural, social, and others. So pwede mga iba't iba pang bagay about dun sa literature na itinuturo mo. Okay, how about the next one? The personal response approach. Learners respond to what appear to be the author's intentions and the meanings presumed to be rooted firmly in the text. The learner thus plays a secondary or dependent role to the text in the response process since the emphasis is on decoding what the author or the text says. So here, kaya nga sinabing personal response approach na once the reader or once the students, di ba, read your literature, no? So as expected, there should be a response, no? Ito yung expected na response ng mga estudyante mo kapag nabasa nila yung text na mula dun sa author. So there should be an expected response, no? And of course, no, every reader has a unique interpretation of a literature. For example, di ba, I read a poem. Pagka binasa ko isang poem, iba yung interpretation ko, iba naman din sa interpretation mo. Kasi nga, we have our own responses. We all have our own interpretation. So that can be different. So paano yon? Personal response approach natin, yung students mo right after reading the literature, no? They have their own personal response. They have their own understanding of the text. So what is expected? Ano yung na-expect mo na as a teacher naman, no? You try to question. Ano yung expected mo na magiging response ng mga estudyante mo doon sa literature na binasa mo? So again, no, the emphasis is on decoding what the author or the text says. Okay, kasi nga as expected, ano, meron dapat na understanding. Ano yung i-decode mo doon sa message ng author, doon sa text na binasa mo. So again, we have the personal response approach. And then third, we have the skill-based approach. It ensures that a good amount of instructional time is dedicated to teaching students how to read, think, write, and speak in all subject areas. So you use literature here as a mode, no, or as a way on how to improve other skills. Kaya nga skill-based siya. So you will try to improve the reading skills, the thinking skills, the writing skills, and even the speaking skills, no, in all subject areas. Through skill-based teaching, students develop the ability to read complex text and express sophisticated ideas on their own. Kasi nga, you are after to improving the skills, especially the macro skills, no? So you will use the literature to improve all the macro skills that your students have. So basically, no, 4 lang yon, pero ngayon 5 na including the viewing. But of course, no, again, we have the skill-based approach. Okay, how about the next one? Okay, so moral philosophical approach, eto naman. So remember, no, when we were in elementary, our English teachers, no, right after we read the story, they always ask us about what is the moral of the story. What is the lesson of the story? Ulitin ko po, ano, hindi po siya moral lesson, it is a moral or a lesson. Kasi moral and lesson, redundant na po siya. As English majors, yun po yung i-correct natin sa iba, no? Pagka may nagsabing, ano yung moral lesson ng story? Mali po yun, ano? So that is redundant. So it should be, what is the moral of the story or what is the lesson of the story? So again, ano? A moral philosophical approach. And then language-based approach, ayan, emphasizes awareness of the language of literature. Kasi nga, you are after to the language. No? Kasi nga, the literature, katulad na in-explain ko kanina, no? The literature is, without the language, no, we cannot have the literature. And then here, no, you are going to inform your students that